Coach, fair to say there's still some work to be done. What would you say are the priority areas after watching that 80 minutes?
Our priority area is to make sure we stay together. Really important. We're in a very difficult time as a club. Obviously, we are not going to make decisions quickly. We're not going to become one of the top sides straight away. Obviously, the reason probably why the decision happened last week was because things were not going great. I've spoken to the players after the match. I told them that it's up to us as coaches to coach as much as we can into them, get training plans and make us feel like we're improving them just little steps by little steps by little steps. There's no quick fix in this, unfortunately. We haven't won a second half all year on the scoreboard. So it's not just a matter of skill or what you need to do, it's a matter of a whole picture of training hard, binding it together, taking small improvements week in, week out, trusting our systems, and then just seeing who's the players that are able to do that.
Must have got here in the fight, not yet 6-4.
It's a simple game, isn't it? Can burn you pretty quickly. You're right. Again, as I said, it goes back to I thought at half time we're in a really good position because we had the wind at our back. Didn't seem like there was many chinks in the armour the first half. We had an opportunity we didn't take on the knock-on in goal. The boys were really good. Just the unfortunate part is, they suffocated us a bit the second half. We struggled to get in our end. I thought their tackling was really good, and I thought their ability to just march up the field was probably what let us down as well. So it sort of was a way to field position and territory, and I think then it got a little bit too hard, or we made some poor choices that were the easier choices to make at times. And as I said, what happens here is you get burnt quickly in this game. If you don't turn up, don't do your role, don't fill any position. The scoreline, as it did, it blew out pretty quickly there at the end. It's just got a bit too difficult.
How's Brent?
Sorry?
How's Brent Nader?
He's okay. Chatted to him. Obviously, we have to just see what happens now in the next 24 hours and address whatever gets raised from that. We'll see what happens. As I said to Brent, I've said to the rest of the players, we're by their side through the good and the bad. The good they can handle on their own, the bad we've got to make sure we're here with them. That's something that I want to be as a coach, or something that I want to have. If it's a 12-week role, I'll make sure I look after these guys as good as I can for 12 weeks. Coach them as well as I can, and then if I need to cuddle them. If we need to kick up the bum, kick them up the bum, and we'll fight in this together.
When you saw it, Noddy, did you sort of think immediately that it was going to be a send-off?
No, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, I guess you're happy though with are you okay with the decision to have him sent off?
That's the decision they've made, so that's the decision they felt like. So we'll just see what happens over the next 24 hours. We'll assess what we need to do, and we'll make our decisions on the outcome that gets handed to us. So we can't control what they do.
No, you spoke about kick up the bum when required. 1-1 set restarts and all that. Penalties 9-3 against. Was that a bit of ill discipline on your behalf, or did you not get the right rub in the game?
I thought the first half we were in the fight. I think the first half actually we should have been in a better position. We were a couple of penalties away for poor choices, 3 in the tackle, 2 in the tackle, and thought rating the ball it was okay. Not at marker and trying to be at marker and tackle them from behind. I think they're penalties every day that I've seen the game. Probably you, Matty, as well. They don't change on those things. And then the discipline probably floated a little bit on poor choices. Poor choices whilst fatigue was coming, or poor choices because it was the easier option to take than the harder option to take.
Well, in the second half, down 6-4, you made a break, and they seemed to be on the tackle player for a long, long time. With no penalty, no set restart, with the game at a crucial stage. Do you look back at that and think, what happened there? Why didn't we get at least a set restart, if not a penalty?
I'm not too worried about when they do or don't give set restarts, or do give you the benefit of the doubt. You make your own luck, you take opportunities. Sometimes, as I said, Brent dropped the ball in the in goal. I thought it was a try until they showed us on the replay that he dropped it just before it. There's so many things, Matt, in the game that take little stages that lead to a big picture. There's no one big thing that leads to the outcome of the game. So they slowed us down, yeah, maybe. We probably slowed them down a few times and got away with it. It's the flows of the game.
But just back on Brent Nader for a minute. You came out that tackle with Kimmorley in the first half. I think a lot of people thought that might be anything with concussion. What was the medical staff saying to you at half time?
That he'd passed his HIA and he's able to go on the field.
Do you think in the first 15 minutes you seem to be playing a much more expansive style than what was being played under Imagine? I wonder how much of that was something just happened, or was it something that you told them to go out and do and play a bit more footy than they perhaps have had in the past?
I'm not sure what they were told in the past. I want them to have confidence. I want them to trust their attack systems. I want them to play a bit of footy. I want to feel like you've earned the right to play some footy. If you win and play the ball, you move the ball. It's a pretty boring game if you do 5 hit-ups and kick to the corner. So I would like to think that we can improve some skill, make them feel like they know what they're doing, play on the front foot. As I said, they tackled great the second half, Manly. So when you're playing NRL, what I've learned very quickly today, or probably knew before today, but it just keeps proving is that everyone works so hard defensively. The best defensive teams win the comp. So if you're going to make momentum and move the defensive round and get them to make poor choices, you've got to make sure you're pretty good.
Jimmy, it's obviously been a pretty hard week. How's the mood in the sheds now around the sheds now compared to after other losses? Is it almost live? You've gone through?
You know what? In the week, obviously, it was unfortunate what happened, and I thought, okay, there's going to be a bit of disjoint or uncertainty going around, but Brett and the coaches kept it pretty consistent with training, so our mindset went straight to training, which was good. You need consistency when there's uncertainty. So that went well. As far as the game goes, Brett hit the nail on the head. 80 minutes of purposeful actions. We let doubt creep into our mind, and we're willing to take the shortcut option. And Brett said earlier, we will train hard, and if any of you are not willing to make those purposeful actions for 80 minutes, and we'll put someone in there that will. And that was, that hit the spotlight right on it. That's the team we need to be, and a lot of that's mental toughness. So, he's laid the platform out for us, and we've just got to buy in.
You made the point that you haven't won a second half all year. We're 14 rounds in now. I mean, is mental toughness the biggest thing there, or is it fitness?
No, I think, like I said, little things, little concentration errors that put doubt in our mind where we're unable to go back to the game plan that we put 40 minutes on prior. Things like, and then we try things we're not even doing at training. That's a bit of a kick in the gut. We're devaluing what we're doing at training, and that there, and Brett, like I said, hit the nail on the head that if you're not willing to do what it takes for 80 minutes, then we'll get someone in that will. But again, it's that concentration factor that allows us to be in the game for 40 minutes. We're just and the opposition has 50%. Against that, they're playing hard. They're doing everything they can to put you off the game. So again, it's just a concentration thing for 80 minutes that we need to work on.
You've only been charged for a few days, but you realise that normally his task. How big is his task to try and turn this team around for the next 10 or 11 weeks?
It's a good challenge. Really excited about it. I think, there's so many good things that's happening at the club that isn't being seen, but as you said, everything's a performance-related issue at any football club. Nothing's going to happen very quickly. I'm a realist that. I realise that, the fight I'm in now, the challenge it is, I enjoyed today. It's a weird thing to say, getting your ass smacked, but I actually enjoyed the opportunity to be an NRL head coach. Now I know what you got to work on, how do you keep improving, what are the challenges, what are the little steps you need to take, how do we get better, how do we get confidence in the second half that we actually can get into a fight and have the ability to win that second half. I've been around this game for a long, long time to understand what's required, what it takes, how to get people out of being uncomfortable or not confident, to make small increments, to make them better. So I can assure you now, medically we're all been fine, so we're not. I'm not reaching for change of people to make answers. A group I got together this week were great, who wanted to train hard to learn. We'll get a review done, we'll coach players, we'll make sure they're a little bit better next week, and we'll fight our backsides off to make sure we do as good as we can for this football club.